Have you ever noticed strange signs in your body that you couldn't quite explain? As we age, our bodies start sending us messages, some harmless and some more serious. What many people don't realize is that our bodies can show warning signs when the end may be near. These aren't just the usual aches and pains or the typical tiredness that comes with aging. These are clear, specific signs that health experts often point to as indicators that life might be nearing its end. Today, we'll walk through 7 of these signs together. As you listen, pay attention to how your body feels. Reflect on what you've noticed, and let this knowledge empower you instead of discouraging you. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what these 7 warning signs are, but you'll also have the wisdom to handle them with strength, acceptance, and grace. These signs aren't meant to take away your hope. They're here to give you clarity and perspective on the precious time that remains. Let's get started. Sign 1. Rapid and unexplained weight loss. 1. Of the clearest warning signs that the body might be nearing its final stage is sudden, unexplained weight loss. When pounds seem to disappear without any change in your diet or exercise, it often means the body is struggling to process nutrients effectively. This could be because the digestive system is slowing down, or it might indicate an underlying illness such as cancer or organ failure. You might notice your clothes starting to hang looser, or friends may comment that you look thinner, even though you haven't been trying to lose weight. While gradual weight changes are a normal part of aging, sudden and significant weight loss should never be ignored. It's a signal that the body is shifting its focus from maintaining strength to simply trying to survive. This type of weight loss is often accompanied by a loss of appetite. Foods that once brought comfort may no longer seem appealing. You may find that even your favorite dishes don't taste the same, or you might feel full after only a few bites. These changes are the body's way of conserving energy. While they might seem subtle at first, together they often point to a decline that should be taken seriously. For families, it can be heartbreaking to watch a loved one shrink before their eyes. But it's important to understand that this isn't about willpower. It's the body signaling that it's preparing for a new stage. Recognizing this sign gives us the opportunity to respond with compassion, focusing on comfort, dignity, and meaningful moments. Instead of trying to force the body back into patterns it can no longer sustain. Sign 2. Persistent and extreme fatigue. Another powerful indicator that life may be approaching its final chapter is an extreme level of fatigue that goes far beyond normal tiredness. This isn't the kind of weariness that fades after a good night's sleep or a quiet afternoon nap. Instead, it's a deep, constant exhaustion that makes even the smallest tasks feel overwhelming. Walking across the room, holding a conversation, or simply sitting up straight may feel like climbing a mountain. This extreme fatigue happens because the body's systems are gradually shutting down. The heart may be struggling to pump efficiently, the lungs may no longer deliver enough oxygen, or the blood may not carry nutrients as it once did. When this happens, the body prioritizes its limited energy for the most essential functions, leaving little to spare for movement, alertness, or engagement. You may also notice longer periods of sleep during the day. A person might rest for hours, wake briefly, and then quickly drift back to sleep. Nights could become restless, while the day is filled with drowsiness. The body's rhythm of energy and rest changes as it conserves the little strength that remains. For loved ones, it may seem like the person is withdrawing, but in reality, the body is simply prioritizing survival in its own way. Persistent fatigue can also affect the mind. Clear thinking may give way to slower responses, moments of confusion or difficulty concentrating. Conversations might trail off, or the person may prefer silence over speech. This isn't a lack of interest. It's a sign of the immense effort required just to stay awake and aware. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 3. Noticeable changes in breathing. One of the more visible and often alarming signs that the body may be nearing its end is a significant change in breathing patterns. This can appear in different ways. Sometimes, It manifests as shortness of breath, even when sitting still, making it difficult to finish a sentence without pausing. At other times, it can show up as long gaps between breaths or a rhythm that alternates between shallow and deep breathing. Family members may even notice a rattling or gurgling sound, often called the death rattle. This happens when the throat muscles weaken and can no longer clear fluids effectively. These changes occur because the lungs and respiratory system are no longer functioning as they once did. Oxygen levels drop, carbon dioxide builds up, and the body struggles to maintain balance. For the person experiencing this, there may be a feeling of heaviness in the chest or a sense that air is never quite enough. For caregivers and loved ones, witnessing these changes can bring anxiety or fear. However, it's important to recognize that this is part of the body's natural process of slowing down. Sometimes, changes in breathing are accompanied by cooler hands and feet, or a bluish tint to the lips and fingertips. This happens because circulation focuses on the core organs, and the extremities receive less blood flow. While these signs can be unsettling, they are not necessarily painful. What matters most in these moments is comfort, ensuring that the person feels at ease, supported, and cared for. Recognizing these changes isn't just about identifying decline. It's about giving us the opportunity to provide reassurance. A gentle touch, a calm voice, and a peaceful environment can help ease fear, reminding the person that they are not alone as their body makes this transition. Sign 4. Withdrawal from social interaction, another. Sign that often indicates the body is nearing its final stage is a gradual withdrawal from people and activities. Someone who once enjoyed long conversations may now prefer short exchanges, or even complete silence. Visits that once brought joy may now feel tiring, and the person might choose to stay in their room rather than join family gatherings. This shift can confuse loved ones, who might wonder if they've done something wrong, but it's not about them at all. It's simply the body and mind conserving the little energy that remains. This withdrawal is often accompanied by a sense of detachment. The person may spend more time sleeping or simply gazing quietly, with fewer responses to what's happening around them. Hobbies that once filled the day may no longer seem interesting. Even simple activities like watching television or listening to music can become overwhelming. Instead, the person may turn inward, as if preparing for a different journey. For those who witness this change, it can feel like a loss before the loss, a painful reminder that life is slipping away. But it's important to understand that this isn't rejection. It's the body's way of saying that peace, rest, and stillness are now more important than stimulation. Being present, offering a hand to hold, or simply sitting quietly together can provide more comfort than words or activities. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 5. Significant decline in appetite and thirst as the body approaches the end of life. One of the most noticeable changes is a sharp decline in both appetite and thirst. Meals that were once routine may become difficult to finish, and in many cases, the person might take only a few bites or sips before pushing the food away. Drinks like water may be refused altogether, not out of stubbornness, but because the body no longer signals the need for them. This shift happens because the body is shutting down systems that are no longer essential. Digestion slows, and the need for calories decreases significantly. For both seniors and their families, this change can be unsettling. Loved ones may try to encourage eating with favorite dishes or urge more water, only to find the effort resisted. It's important to remember that this is a natural process, not a sign of neglect or defiance. Often, the mouth may feel dry, and swallowing can become uncomfortable. Instead of forcing meals, small gestures like offering ice chips, moistening the lips, or serving tiny portions of soft foods can provide comfort. The goal shifts from nourishment for growth to comfort in the present moment. Families sometimes struggle with guilt, fearing they are not doing enough when they see a loved one stop eating. But forcing food or drink can cause discomfort. Understanding that this decline in appetite is part of the body's natural preparation can help everyone focus less on meals and more on the time spent together. Sitting beside a loved one, offering gentle words. Sign 6. Noticeable changes in skin and circulation. As the body nears its final stage, the skin often starts to show signs of what's happening beneath the surface. You may notice patches of skin turning bluish, purplish, or blotchy, especially on the hands, feet, knees, and elbows. This occurs because circulation is slowing down, with blood being directed toward the vital organs rather than the extremities. The skin may also feel cooler to the touch, even if the surrounding room is warm. Along with color changes, the skin can become thinner and more fragile. Small bumps may result in bruises, and wounds might take longer to heal, or may not heal at all. For seniors, this can mean that even a gentle touch could leave marks, and everyday activities may feel more delicate than before. These changes are not just superficial. They are signs that the body's systems are no longer repairing or renewing themselves as they once did. Sometimes, you might notice patterns on the skin that resemble marbling, which is a strong indication that the body is conserving its final energy for the heart and brain. Family members might find these visual changes distressing, but it's important to recognize that they are part of the body's natural progression toward closure. During this stage, providing comfort becomes a priority. Soft blankets, warm socks, and a peaceful environment can help bring comfort. The key is not to try to fix these visible changes, but to ensure the person feels cared for and secure. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 7. Withdrawal and decreased awareness. One of the clearest signs that death may be approaching is when a person begins to withdraw from the world around them. Conversations that once interested them may now feel tiring, and they may prefer silence or simply listening instead of engaging in conversation. You might notice their responses becoming shorter, slower, or sometimes even absent altogether. This is not a rejection of loved ones, but rather the body and mind beginning to conserve energy for the final transition. It is also common for awareness to fluctuate. A person may drift in and out of alertness, spending more time sleeping or appearing drowsy. At times, they may speak of seeing familiar faces from their past, or describe experiences that suggest they are preparing for a journey beyond our world. For families, these moments can be confusing and emotional, but they are often part of a natural process that helps ease the transition toward peace. In the final days or hours, recognition may fade. Someone who once greeted you with warmth may no longer say your name. While this can be hard, it's important to understand that it's not a sign of lost love, but rather the body and spirit focusing inward. Holding a hand, speaking softly, or simply sitting quietly nearby can provide comfort without demanding the energy the person no longer has to give. These changes can be painful to witness, but they also remind us that the body knows how to close its own story. Providing presence and comfort is more important than finding the perfect words. Often, the most healing thing you can do is simply be there, offering peace and unconditional love. Final thoughts. When you reflect on these 7 signs, they paint a picture of not fear, but understanding. Each change, from shifts in breathing to withdrawal from daily life, is part of the natural process that comes as life draws to a close. These signs are not meant to alarm, but to prepare us, helping us recognize what is happening so we can offer support, comfort, and love when it matters most. What stood out to you today? Did you recognize any of these signs from your experiences with loved ones, or even within yourself? Taking time to notice these patterns allows us to face the end of life with more compassion, less confusion, and a deeper appreciation for the time we still have together. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments motivates and encourages us. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs and inspires. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.